get started, people. Take your picture. Let's go. Everyone, smile, everyone.
No, can I have Dylan Bruce?
Smile.
We love you!
Let me just say something.
We love you! Thank you, Clown Club!
Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot patent the energy in this room right now. All right, Tatiana. First off, stay away from garbage disposals when you're in this room, all right? Am I right?
No, actually,
Tatiana, I've been on a lot of sets of TV shows. I know how hard and demanding it is for a normal lead character. The hours they have to put in, I can't even fathom or imagine playing 7 characters on a show, what that was like. How are you still with us? So it's like death by exhaustion. Crazy.
I went into, well, hello? I went into hiding after we finished shooting because I was exhausted. But it was, I mean, I can't even say, it was just such an exhilarating experience. I was never bored. There was always something to do. There was always a new character to explore or switch into or whatever. So, I mean, amazing cast to work opposite as well. So, I was running on adrenaline the entire time. It was amazing, yeah.
I'm not going to ask Tatiana you to choose from among your children, but I am going to ask the rest of you. Who is your favorite clone? Which is the one you got really excited to write, direct, or act in the scene with? Because we all have a favorite. I'm an Allison guy. I'm an Allison guy. You seem like people get to see it. I can go down the line. Let's Jordan, just start with me. I mean,
well, you know what? I'm sorry, I know this is very jarring for everybody because you were expecting me to do that stuff. I think to play off of in a scene, Allison. But I gotta say, I'm not seeing Casima.
Fair enough. Dylan?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Sarah!
Sorry guys, I know it's kind of jarring for you as well because I'm not speaking in my Batman voice, but I would have to say Allison as well because 2 words for you, yoga pants.
I think that's 1 word hyphenated.
Whatever.
Actually, I think I'm wrong.
Graham?
I am a Casima fan, and a Sarah fan, of course. Everybody probably loves Sarah, but I gotta say, I love Casima because she's very West Coast. And the thing is, she's based on a real person. She's based on the real Casima, who's a friend of ours, and a friend of the show. She's our science advisor, who studies the history of science at the University of Minnesota, no less. So, real Casima.
John, I'm going to ask you the question, and your sister might be listening when you answer this. Who's your favorite?
Well, normally I would probably say Allison, but a whole bunch of people have already said Allison, so I'm going to pick someone different. I'm going to say Helena as well. Check this out right here. I know, this is the bomb right here.
Helena as Beth.
We fussed over that costume for so long. We fussed over, like, what is she going to wear? How is she going to sneak into the police station? What's she going to look like? Because she looks crazy. The crazy clown. I mean, come on. What's more fun than having someone who's crazy?
And you created it.
But the real fun with creating Helena, other than watching her eat, was to kind of make someone who was dangerous and scary become sympathetic. And that's kind of what we wanted to do with that character.
But I understand when you're coming up with your, the character of Allison, you base that on your sister a little bit, right?
Yeah, she doesn't know that.
She does now.
I don't think she didn't know that anyway.
Does it now? Good stuff. All right, well listen, almost as mysterious as sort of the clone mystery is the man assigned to monitor Beth. He has a dark secret and is not sure which side he should be on. Let's check out a clip and a scene between Paul and Sarah.
They don't tell us why. Batman is back.
Well, I still don't know what to make of Paul. I was like, oh, he's a bad guy. No, wait, he's a good guy. But wait, now he's still working for the Neo-Illusionists. Maybe he's a bad guy. I mean, is he just a good guy in a bad spot?
He's a very conflicted individual, that's for sure. I remember it was really fun because when I was doing interviews too, before the season started, I knew where the character's arc was going and stuff, but I would tell everybody, I'm like, oh, he's just the perfect boyfriend, solid support, so loving, and now I'm like, haha, fooled you. Not so much. He's a very conflicted individual. I think he's suffering from like a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder from his military service, and you know, in the guilt that he's stricken with after Beth's suicide and him being the cause of it. It's you know, he's just a very conflicted individual. He doesn't know where he should go and what his morals are very compromised in the show, but. I don't know. I think they're going to take him somewhere very interesting next year. I'm always like this, when I'm like, is he good or bad? I'm always like, So that's
still waiting to find out.
Yeah.
Graham, just a few days after the finale, the U.S. Supreme Court, clearly being huge Orphan Black fans, clearly, they had this ruling that human DNA cannot be patented, and that human DNA is, you know, not something that can be deemed an invention or technological discovery. However, the court did rule, and this is maybe the first time we've talked Supreme Court decisions in the Comic-Con panel. That's why this show is so great, right? Where else are we going to do this? But that synthetically created genetic material could be patented. I mean, how crazy is all this went down right after we saw Cosima discussing this in the finale? Is this decision something that could somehow make its way in season 2, somehow in the storyline?
I think thematically, definitely. That decision was really crazy coming on the heels, and the fact that the synthetic aspect leaves them wide open to interpretation. What is synthetic? So, you know, we are going to be looking at that, the issue of the patent and what that means and how much legal space there is around that. I find it thematically very interesting and quite ominous as well. And it's always really cool when, you know, you hit some sort of zeitgeist in your show, you know, the world is reflected in your show and vice versa. It was really, really a pretty cool moment.
So John, can we expect to see a few more Tatiana clones next season?
Well, you know, we are making this sort of wacky little clone show, and we do like our clones. I don't think anyone would be surprised if we unveiled a couple of new clones in season 2. I don't think anyone would be surprised. I don't think that's letting the cat out of the bag too much.
Well, I'm on record, I'm an Allison guy, and without a doubt, one of my favorite scenes that we're going to cue up for you right now was when she decides she wants to get some answers. Nothing wrong with you answers, right, ladies? Sometimes you just want answers. Sometimes you have to do it with a glue gun, am I right or am I right? If you want some answers of Donnie, let's take a look at this painful scene right here. Let's hit the lights in the audience. I thought you were going to Lorena Bobbitt on with the scissors there for a second. Tatiana, I know you create different like musical playlists to sort of get in the mood of your characters. What sort of music do you sort of like to do for each character, and what the hell were you listening to before that scene?
I think I was listening to like, a boy like that. It's like West Side Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Allison, it's like all show tunes. It's musicals. I feel like that's where she lives. She's in like a heightened sort of dramatic reality. Cosima's like electro, indie, grime, stuff like that. She's been known to do a rave dance, minus the glow sticks. Sarah's like The Clash and Dizzy Rascal and The Streets, so like UK grime rap, and The Prodigy. Helena is also The Prodigy, and Tom Waits and Antonina Johnson's. Who else? Who else we got?
Diplo?
Rachel?
Diplo's me.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
And Rachel's 90s slow jams.
The Z.
Slow jams to Z.
Jordan, this may be mildly inappropriate, but can I move into your loft with you? Because that place is awesome!
You know what the irony is too, is that if you actually tried to buy that loft in any city like Toronto or New York, you're looking at like $2 million. So he must be having some heavy clientele. He's been coming over a lot lately.
Struggling artist money, there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe he's selling his paintings. Well, I said that actually at, we did a little Nerd HQ panel beforehand, and I was like, yeah! So you all heard me sing.
Uh-oh. We get encore? You've been waiting a long time. Hey, you put yourself on this song. What are you doing this time? You've been waiting a long time for that,
Tap box.
Into that so hard.
Tap box. Hit the beat.
Do
Hit the
it!
beat, tap box.
Here we go.
Whoa, what am I
What song are you
even
singing?
singing? I don't know, I'm going red right now. What song am I singing?
Are you gonna sing Red by Taylor Swift? No?
What can I sing? What can I sing?
Usher.
Oh yeah, this is mortifying. Okay, I'll do a little, what about a little Sparks Fly or something?
Oh,
She's like, yes.
Oh my god, you guys like start.
look at all the cameras out.
The way you move is like a full-on rainstorm, and I'm a house of cards. You're the kind of reckless that you send me running by. Kind of something I don't know about. I hate myself so much right now. I can't even imagine. What was the question?
You did it to yourself. You have no one.
Okay. The loft, crap. Banksy. I was gonna say, like, when I when they told me he was gonna be an artist, I was like, oh, this is great. I keep imagining like Banksy and Ziggy and all these really cool like urban artists from LA, and yeah. And then I walked in and they were like, okay, so we have a surprise. And I was like, great. And they're like, penises. Everywhere. And I was like, no, that wasn't Graham.
Okay, that's like Graham doesn't sound like
that was Anastasia from the art department. Because I was like, who's gonna, like, what have we done? And she's like, we've done penises. I was like, great. Yes. Sure. This is fantastic. So that's the story, that's the origin of all the homoerotic art in Felix as well. I don't think you guys asked to hear that, but I was going to after I sang again. Oh my god. Excuse me, I'm going to crawl under the table right now. Not for my dignity.
We just really want Jordan to wear his kimono in season 2.
Oh, that's right. You also, and what was the painter's apron? I was lunging a lot before that. Some serious lunging going on.
Strong one. It's a strong one. Oh, wait, this is such a weird. The way the show is, and I referenced it when we first started. You know, it started off and it got great reviews, but the audience just built and built, and it went beyond just like a show that was critically loved and a small fan base just exploding. I'm curious when the one moment that where it hit you guys each was like, whoa, this has really become something else beyond just like a semi-popular show that's really become this whole cultural touchstone almost in a sense. John, we'll start for you and go down. Was there a specific moment you can recall where you saw how this was really catching on?
Well, you know, it's been a remarkable experience from the beginning. Just being a small show, but I think for me it was watching Tat win the Critics' Choice Award. She blows my mind. She blows my mind. What was it for you, Graham?
There was there was a day in the writers' room where we explored Tumblr for about an hour. and we love it. We just like Clone Club, the Clones Beans, all the Tumblr heads, everybody that is just like picked up the little show and put it on their shoulders. That was a real moment, I think, for a bunch of us. Just to realize what kind of fans we had, and that they were the kind of people that we loved, and they're so creative. So that was a big moment of realizing that the show had been embraced.
For me, it was I googled Paul's rear end, and there's a picture, an image search showed up of a bunch of rear ends that belonged to me. And it was a very, very poignant moment. And I called my mom and I go, "Mom, I made it." I'm doing that. And she said, "Son, I am so proud."
Can you back up and explain why you were Googling Paul's rear end? I just want a little clarification here.
Have you seen Paul?
Because I don't know, I was bored.
Jordan, what was it for you?
I think it was when I got a really suggestive, racy Facebook message from a very nice man in Oregon, I believe, and that's when I know, I'm like, oh, people are watching the show, because clearly he was watching the show. But it's weird, because you're in disbelief that anyone outside your basement, your family watches it. You know, that the public's actually tuning in and that the audience is receptive to the material. That's pretty huge. So, yeah, suggested Facebook message.
Nice. Tatiana?
Yeah, for me, it was Tumblr as well. It's amazing, you guys. It's incredible. The artwork is incredible. It's so beautiful. It's so detailed and amazing and individual, and also the kind of critical essays that have been written about it is insane. I mean, there's feminist writers writing about the themes of the show and explorating. And I can read too. So, exploring the individuality of these women and all that kind of stuff, which was speaks really to my heart and was really exciting for me. And definitely the moment I was like, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Well, audiences have loved it, and they've had a sort of this love/hate/pity relationship with another one of the clones, the delightfully demented Helena. Let's check out a scene where she breaks pretty much, I think, every single one of Emily Post's rules of etiquette here at the diner. Let's check it out right here. It's like, you guys, I could so go for a bowl of Jello right now. Sorry, Jello. Well, nice table manners, Tatiana. Will you miss playing Helena? I mean, like people like Helena and Katja and Beth, you only get to really scratch the surface of them. Is it almost so sad to say goodbye?
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. Especially Helena, where it's just like, I loved her so much, and she's such a weirdo and such a, fun place to go as an actor, to go to that place of totally unsocialized behavior and all the impulses that we pretend we don't have in real life, but we all have them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And to get to actually go there is amazing. Yeah.
Well, we're sad as well. Graham, we're also sad because we're worried. We're a little worried. We saw Cosima coughing up some blood in the the same sickness that plagued Katja. I mean, what was this respiratory illness? What will this mean for her going forward? Is this something we're gonna look at in season 2?
It's really hard for me too. Absolutely, she has to look at her own science, and I think that's going to be really interesting. And I think, when she looks at her own science, she looks at the health of all her sisters too. I think Cosima's a super brave character. And the truth is, it's still up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen to Cosima.
If you want to make it out of this room alive, you better give a better answer than that. I'm just saying, okay? We're angry.
It's a cliffhanger, people.
Well, John, let me ask you, John, like, just in terms of where are you guys with season 2 story? Do you have outlines? Have you started on the scripts, just in terms of your production schedule?
We are in the midst of writing, and we've had the writers back together in the room for a couple of months now. Graham and I, we finished, it's been busy, let me tell you. We finished the season 1 finale about a week and a half before it aired. And then literally, I think I had a week off. And then Graham and I went to his parents' cabin in British Columbia, and we hung out there for a week. And all we did was talk season 2, and by the time we came back, we had a whole lot of things worked out that we were really excited about. Got the band back together, and we've been writing for 2 months. So we are back prepping August 12th to shoot September 23rd, and we're going to do the first 2 episodes again as a kind of, like what we did last year. Is basically I shot episode 1 and 2 together as a kind of like one long shoot, and we're going to do that again this year.
And the cool news is that come April 2014, season 2 will be airing.
Set the DVR like 10 months in advance. I think I gotta wait closer. And if I could, I would right now. I cannot tell you guys how excited you're going to be about for this next clip. I'm excited for how excited you're about to be. Because while we've seen a lot of clones here today, this next clip is all about the man they call Felix.
To find ways to embarrass you.
Yeah?
First off, why the aversion to pants?
He finds pants very confining.
Sure.
I can be boxed in. We can all relate to that. It's really the childlike innocence that is Felix. You know, like, are we all running around without our clothes on when we're 2? We just never grew out of that.
You know, Jordan, when you came to the audition, the first time you came to audition, do you remember what you said in the audition when you were leaving?
Something like, I love this part so much, I'm willing to just show it all. I said,
you didn't just say that. You didn't just promise you would get naked. You were like, I really want to get naked.
That's right. I said I want to get naked. Okay, I'll give you 2 options. I will give you either the wanky existential option of why I wanted to get naked, which is actually kind of fun. Or I could give you like the super Cliff's Notes version. And that would just be the wanky one. I feel like I was a really straight-laced teenager. I was a really straight-laced kid my whole life, and part of acting is getting the chance to do things and experience things that you never would have otherwise done. Whoa, I just kissed the microphone. Was it good for you? Well, I mean, Felix enjoys it. But I really just thought, you know what, when the project's right, I'd seen a lot of 70s counterculture films like Robert Altman, Terrence Malick stuff, and I was like, I want to do it. I want to be just like all these actors out there and go naked. I didn't really know why initially, but I was like, I just have to do it. So then when I went in, because I loved Orphan Black so much, I looked John straight in the face and said, I will show it all. Whatever you want me to do, full frontal, rear. I was like, I'll go naked as much as you want me to. Just put me, like, if I'm naked all the time, that's fine. He's like, I'm gonna hold you to that. And he did. But I keep my pants on when I'm not on set.
Most of the time. And he also Googles Paul Schroeder.
Well, if you Google us, actually there's a site that I think lumped us together. My sister sent me one. Yeah, it's like Dylan Bruce and Jordan Gavaris naked in The Boys of Orphan Black. Interesting. I ain't bashful about my body.
Bubble butt. Bubble butt.
That's the song of the minute, right?
Yeah, that's we all enjoy that. So we're gonna make you sing that too. Graham and John, I know that the question you probably get asked most is how do they do that? Like, how do they put these 2, 3 Tatianas in the scene together? But instead of asking you how you did it, I believe we have a brand new behind-the-scenes video. Never before you guys behind-the-scenes video that shows exactly how they did do that. So check out the screen right here. Lights, audio, the works.
Would you back up? Yes, yes, thank you.
You guys have been amazing. I know that you guys want to ask some questions, and now we want to get as many questions as we can, so we're going to open up the floor. All I ask is you please just ask one question to one person so we get as many of you in as you can. There you go. Be as respectful as you can to your other fellow orphan black fans. One question to one person, please, so we get as many of you in. We only have a few minutes. Go ahead.
This is my first con, and I talked to you guys premiere at WonderCon. I'm a Vans fan, predominantly made by women, but you guys have captivated me. I love sports, I love comics. I even skip Superman. My question, I'm sorry. You know, I worked hard to get this signed back, but if I can have one picture with you, I'll do it. You answered all my questions about basically trying to get
You gotta keep moving. Go right ahead, right there.
Hi.
Get a picture after.
If you're gonna show any flashbacks of Beth or Katya in season 2.
Oh my God.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to bring Katya back.
Gentlemen?
I think really the show has a pace that charges forward. And John and I are really interested in that backstory. We couldn't really find a way to flashback within season 2 and keep the pace up and keep this relentless following Sarah's journey. We're going to try to do it somehow. We're going to try and get back there. We'd love to do that pre-story. Yeah, it could be season 3 or season 5.
There has been, believe me, discussion of the Beth episode. So, but I don't know that you're going to see it in season 2. So you might just have to wait a little bit. Maybe, maybe season 3.
Great
Thank
question.
you.
Thank you very much.
Great question.
Next, yes.
Hey.
Hi.
I just wanted to know if there was any scene for you, Tatiana, that was especially difficult to film, to act, for some reason.
I think the first 3 clone scene that we did was really intense. It was, I think, the first time we've done that level of clone scene, and it was a long day. And just getting all of the moves right and all of the guidelines right, that was pretty intense. But then other scenes have been quite difficult emotionally, when the hospital stuff, I think you can probably speak to this too, with Kira in the hospital.
That was a long day.
Long
days.
And the whole series, a lot of the arc is that family core, so it was quite an intense shoot for us, but yeah.
Helena in the cage was super intense for us.
Oh yeah.
Having Helena in the cage. Because Tack was like, we're thinking of maybe putting Helena in a cage. And Tack was like, oh, that's really cool. I would be like a gerbil. Can I have a little wheel?
There might drop things into the corner.
And then you get to the scene and it was horrifying. It was hard to watch.
Thank you very much. We're running out of time. Next, yes.
Hi, this question is actually for my mom who wasn't able to be here. It's
Hi, Mom.
Were you guys always planning on having the same number of clones, or did you change it based on when you saw Tatiana's amazing acting ability and how she was able to handle all this?
I think that we kind of knew how many women we were going to meet in season 1, but Tat, once we were together working on it, she's a collaborator of ours, we talked to her. We've certainly been talking about season 2 and what we want to do with the characters, and I think that we did know, we knew how many clones we were going to meet in season 1. That was kind of established quite a long time.
Thanks a lot.
Hi. You said you read some really essays on Whatever about there's some about the mannerisms of listening. Now, is it a conscious thought or you come up with the way?
The mannerisms?
Yeah, because they have all kinds of also holding a glass and seeing.
How do you keep this?
What I'm doing right now, right, wants to reach people and communicate an idea. So her her physicality is about painting pictures and, you know, that kind of thing. So that was something I played with her. So it's just inspired by the writing and the characters, and then I just kind of let my imagination go.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Go on.
Yes. Hi. I'm a mom of prolific sci-fi, and I was hooked from the moment in the police station when I was hooked on the show. But that's a testament to all of you. But I wondered about the casting with Tatiana. Did you, like, how did you decide, like, were you looking for someone that you thought might be a chameleon, obviously, or how did you choose her?
Well, obviously we knew that one of the scary things for Graham and I was knowing that whatever choice we made was essentially casting half of the female cast of the show. So it was a process. It was like any other casting any other television series, except we had to read these actors for 5. I think we read for like at least 4 or 5 different parts. And so it was certainly very complex, and it was very sort of time consuming. We had already had a kind of a relationship with Tat and knew of her previously. She'd been in a feature film of mine, a sequel to a film that I made called Ginger Snaps. And so she played this kooky, weird little psycho character, and so I had a pretty good sense that she could kind of do anything. And she certainly proved us right in spades.
Last question, yes sir. Tatiana, what accent would you love to explore, and what accent would you hate to have?
Jordan can do an amazing Scottish, is that right?
Oh, are we putting him on the spot? You know what, that's nothing compared to what I've been through today.
But that would be a terrifying one. Scottish or Irish would really scare me. I love Europe. There's a lot of European dialects that I'm really interested in. So many American dialects too that would be really fun. You know, New York would be amazing. Boston would be incredible. Maine would be fun. There's just so much. I don't know. It's endless. I'm just kind of like, I'm up for whatever. Yeah.
Guys, I hope you've had a great time.